Hey, Celtics Nation. We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. The basketball world is absolutely on fire right now because the rumor that's been spreading like wildfire across social media and the NBA insider community is something that could completely shift the league's balance of power. Word on the street is that the Boston Celtics, yes, the same Boston Celtics who just raised the championship banner and seemed content with their core, are on the verge of pulling off not just one, but two monumental signings, Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. That's right, KD and Beal, two of the most prolific scorers of this generation, might be packing their bags for Boston. The deal, according to whispers from sources close to the situation, could involve a combination of veteran contracts, future draft picks, and maybe even a few surprising roster moves. It's the kind of blockbuster that would make every other contender in the league pause for a second, take a deep breath, and realize that Boston might be about to form one of the most unstoppable offensive lineups in NBA history. Fans are losing their minds. Analysts are trying to piece together the puzzle. And everyone's wondering, how in the world did this even happen behind the scenes without anyone leaking it earlier? Now, if we look at it from a competitive standpoint, the thought of Kevin Durant joining forces with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is almost unfair. That's a trio that could easily dominate every night, no matter who's on the other side of the court. And if you throw Bradley Beal into that mix, a pure scorer with an elite shooting touch and the ability to create his own shot from anywhere, you're talking about a team that could drop 130 points before the fourth quarter even starts. The Celtics have always been known for their defense, their grit, and their team-oriented culture, but this rumor paints a new kind of Boston, one built for fireworks, showtime basketball, and offensive annihilation. The idea of KD wearing Celtic green might sound strange after years of rivalries and playoff battles, but in today's NBA, loyalty is flexible and winning is everything. The fans in Boston might have mixed feelings, but deep down, they know what this could mean. Another dynasty, another banner, another era of dominance that makes TD Garden the place no team wants to visit. But how realistic is this? Really? Well, the whispers began with a tweet from an anonymous insider claiming that Boston's front office had been in silent but serious talks with Durant's representatives ever since Brooklyn's struggles earlier this season. At first, nobody took it seriously. After all, Durant is still under contract and Beal just made his move to Phoenix not long ago. But the chatter didn't die. In fact, it grew louder. Suddenly, reporters started spotting Celtics executives at random summer events, the kind where agents and league officials quietly meet over coffee to test the waters. Combine that with Boston's history of bold, unexpected moves. Remember how they got Garnett and Ray Allen back in 2007? And it doesn't sound completely far-fetched. The timing also makes sense, with the Celtics reportedly exploring ways to open cap space and shuffle their salary structure to accommodate two max-level contracts. It's not easy, but if there's one franchise capable of pulling financial magic out of nowhere, it's Boston. They've got the culture, the market, and the brand power to lure stars who want to win, and Durant has made it clear, time and again, that winning is his oxygen. And what about Bradley Beal? His situation adds another layer of intrigue to this rumor, because while he's already in a good spot career-wise, the word going around is that he's feeling a little underwhelmed with how things have been progressing lately. He's a competitor who wants rings, not just highlights. And if he senses that Boston is about to assemble a super team around Tatum and Durant, it's not crazy to imagine him pushing for a trade or a buyout to make that move possible. Beal's relationship with Durant is another factor fueling speculation. They've always shared mutual respect, both being Washington area products, and Beal has openly talked in the past about wanting to play alongside elite scorers who share his mindset. Boston could be that place. Imagine the floor spacing, the ball movement, and the pure scoring power of Tatum, Durant, and Beal playing together. It's almost like watching an all-star game lineup, except it's real and it's wearing green and white. The energy in Boston would explode overnight. The ticket sales would skyrocket, and suddenly the Celtics wouldn't just be the defending champs. They'd be the villains everyone either loves or loves to hate. Behind all the noise, though, there's also skepticism, as there always is. Some insiders are questioning whether this is just a smokescreen to distract from another trade in the works, or maybe a strategic leak to boost leverage in negotiations elsewhere. That's how the NBA works nowadays. Information gets dropped to test fan reactions, pressure front offices, or gauge the market. But this particular rumor feels different. It's not just coming from random accounts. It's being echoed by voices who usually know what's up. The Celtics GM has been unusually quiet in recent press appearances, dodging direct questions about off-season targets, and instead talking about keeping options open. That phrase alone has sparked endless debates. If this deal does happen, it won't just be about basketball. It'll be about legacy, power, and the new hierarchy of the NBA. Durant would be chasing one more ring. BEAL would finally get a shot at a title, and Boston would go from being great to being terrifying. Every other team, Milwaukee, Denver, even the Lakers, would have to rethink everything. And yet, maybe this is exactly what the league needs: chaos, excitement, unpredictability. The NBA thrives on drama, and few storylines could deliver bigger ratings or hotter debates than this. Just picture the reaction the moment ESPN drops the notification. Breaking news: Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal sign with the Boston Celtics. Twitter would implode. Sports talk shows would dedicate entire weeks to dissecting the move, and every retired player turned analyst would have an opinion ready within minutes. Durant would be walking into the lion's den of legacy comparisons, and Beal would finally escape years of being underrated and underappreciated. For Boston, it would mark the beginning of something massive, a statement to the world that they're not just satisfied with one championship. They want to build a dynasty that will echo through the next decade. Whether it's fact or fantasy, one thing's for sure: this rumor has already captured the imagination of the basketball universe, and no one can stop talking about it. If we dive deeper into the emotional side of this rumor, you can almost feel the tension building not only among fans but inside locker rooms across the league. Imagine being a player in Miami, Milwaukee, or Philadelphia right now, waking up to headlines suggesting that Boston is about to add Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal to a championship roster that already features Tatum, Brown, and Holiday. It's terrifying. Teams spend years building chemistry, drafting carefully, managing cap space, and then boom, one move can change everything overnight. The Celtics, if this rumor holds any truth, are playing chess while everyone else is still playing checkers. Durant brings that assassin mentality, the cold-blooded scoring, and the kind of playoff experience that transforms good teams into unbeatable ones. Beal, on the other hand, brings hunger, the kind of hunger that can turn close games into statement wins. Together, they wouldn't just play basketball. They perform art on hardwood, and Boston will become the league's main stage for must-watch basketball every night. But it's not just about talent. It's about chemistry, ego management, and leadership. That's where the big question lies. Can all these stars coexist under the same roof? We've seen super teams implode before. Just look at Brooklyn, where Durant, Harden, and Kyrie couldn't make it work despite all the hype. Boston has always prided itself on culture, discipline, and accountability, so bringing in two new stars of that caliber would require delicate handling. Tatum would have to embrace a slightly different role, maybe sharing touches, while Durant and Beal adjust to a system that demands team defense and unselfish ball movement. Yet if there's one coach who could make that blend work, it might be Joe Mazzulla. His calm demeanor and player-first approach have earned him respect, and his tactical mind could unlock an offensive system so versatile that opponents wouldn't know where to focus their defense. The result? Night after night of highlight reel basketball that redefines what elite offense means in the NBA. From a business perspective, this potential double signing would be pure gold for the Celtics brand. Think about it. Boston already has one of the most passionate fan bases in sports, and adding two global superstars would send merchandise sales through the roof. Every kid on the playground would want a Durant Celtics jersey. Every highlight channel would lead with Boston clips, and suddenly the TD Garden becomes more than an arena. It becomes a global stage. Corporate sponsors, ticket resellers, and TV networks would all fight for a piece of the action. The financial ripple effect would be massive. And for the NBA as a whole, it's a dream scenario. Ratings spike, rivalries intensify, and suddenly the Eastern Conference becomes the most exciting it's been in decades. You can already imagine the Christmas Day matchup: Celtics versus Lakers, Durant versus LeBron, BEAL versus Anthony Davis, and the entire world watching with popcorn in hand. The league thrives on these moments, and if Boston pulls this off, it could mark the start of another golden era. Still, some old-school fans are torn. They love the idea of seeing stars play together, but miss the days when players stayed loyal to one team for years. They argue that super teams water down competition, making the regular season predictable. But in today's NBA, adaptability is survival. Players chase opportunities, front offices chase history, and fans chase excitement. The Celtics, if this rumor becomes reality, wouldn't just be building a team. They'd be shaping the future of how franchises think about star power and championship windows. And let's be honest, when you're this close to greatness, you can't play it safe. Boston's legacy has always been about taking bold steps, from Red Auerbach's genius trades to Danny Ainge's fearless decisions. Maybe this is just the next chapter in that story, written in the boldest ink yet. Even if this deal never materializes, it's already succeeded in one thing: reigniting the fire of imagination among basketball fans. Rumors like these remind us why the NBA is more than just a sport. It's a drama, a saga, a constant unfolding story of ambition and redemption. Durant seeking one last defining championship, BEAL looking for validation after years of carrying heavy loads, and Boston chasing immortality. It all fits together like a perfect script. Whether it's fact, fiction, or something in between, the thought of those three sharpshooters in the same uniform has already done its job. It's made everyone care, debate, and dream again. And in a league built on storylines, that's worth just as much as a trophy. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. And so, as we wait for clarity, the air around Boston feels electric, like something big is coming. Maybe it's just smoke, or maybe it's the first flicker of a supernova waiting to explode. Durant's silence on social media is adding fuel. BEAL's cryptic posts are making fans lose sleep, and even the Celtics' own players are posting those emoji-filled tweets that say everything without saying anything. The truth might drop any day now, and when it does, whether it confirms the dream or crushes it, the NBA landscape will feel the tremor. One thing's certain: if Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal walk through that tunnel in Celtics green, the league will never be the same again. Conversations focus on potential ripple effects, including how other teams might respond strategically, and whether Boston can leverage newly available assets to reshape the Eastern Conference landscape. Analysts also emphasize the psychological dimension, noting that Brown's adaptability and leadership will be pivotal in ensuring a smooth transition while Celtics players adjust to a roster without a key star. The ongoing speculation is further fueled by leaked practice reports, team interviews, and media analysis, creating a 24/7 cycle of rumor, debate, and projection that keeps both fan bases engaged and emotionally invested. Experts argue that this trade exemplifies the high-stakes nature of NBA management, where calculated risk, player value, and timing intersect to reshape league narratives. As discussions continue, one theme remains clear: Jaylen Brown's move is more than a trade. It is a statement, a gamble, and potentially a pivotal moment that could redefine the trajectories of both the Boston Celtics and the San Antonio Spurs for years to come. The Celtics' internal deliberations have become a focal point of rumors, with multiple sources hinting that management viewed this trade as an opportunity to reshape the team's long-term structure while balancing financial flexibility. Analysts suggest that Boston's front office may be aiming to attract future star talent by clearing cap space and demonstrating a willingness to make difficult decisions, even when involving beloved players like Brown. Speculation around the exact return package from the Spurs varies, with some insiders suggesting high-value draft picks, promising young prospects, or a combination designed to preserve Boston's competitive edge while creating future opportunities. Meanwhile, Spurs management is reportedly analyzing how to maximize Brown's immediate impact without disrupting emerging talent, a delicate balance that could define the franchise's trajectory over the next several seasons. Conversations in the media also touch on the narrative of player loyalty, team culture, and the psychological aspects of sudden trades, with many experts emphasizing that adaptability and resilience will be key to Brown's success in a new environment. Social media commentary is dominated by debates over whether the Celtics gamble will pay off, while Spurs fans celebrate the addition of a versatile all-star who can influence both ends of the floor. Analysts highlight Brown's scoring consistency, defensive metrics, and playoff experience, noting that these attributes make him a uniquely valuable asset capable of accelerating San Antonio's competitive timeline. The ripple effects extend to conference standings, potential playoff matchups, and strategic planning for other teams, underscoring how a single trade can shift league-wide dynamics. The narrative surrounding Brown's move continues to evolve as new reports emerge, fueling speculation about future trades, coaching adjustments, and player performance projections. Insider chatter emphasizes that the real story may unfold not immediately, but over several seasons, as both franchises adapt to the consequences of this high-stakes decision. Analysts and fans alike agree that this trade has redefined expectations, opened discussions about league strategy, and created a media spectacle that will dominate headlines and conversations across the NBA landscape for months to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.